Stress is a word we hear almost every day, but what does it really mean for our bodies? Think of it as your body's natural alarm system. It's a reaction to a challenge or demand. In small doses, stress can be a good thing. It can help you stay focused, energetic, and alert. For example, the stress you feel before a big presentation can push you to prepare well and perform at your best. This short-term stress gives you the extra energy you need to meet a deadline or the quick reflexes to slam on the brakes to avoid an accident. It is a survival mechanism that has been with humans for thousands of years, helping our ancestors escape from predators and face immediate dangers. However, our bodies are designed to handle these short bursts of stress and then return to a calm, relaxed state. The problem in our modern world is that our alarm systems are often switched on all the time. Instead of a single, clear danger like a lion, we face a constant stream of smaller stressors. These can be things like traffic jams, work pressures, financial worries, or family arguments. When these challenges keep coming one after another, your body doesn't get the chance to reset. It stays in a high alert mode, and this is what we call chronic stress. It's this long-term activation of the stress response system that can disrupt almost all of your body's processes. When you feel stressed, your brain, specifically a region called the hypothalamus, initiates a cascade of signals. This process involves hormones, which are like chemical messengers that travel through your bloodstream. The two main stress hormones are adrenaline and cortisol. Adrenaline is responsible for the immediate reactions we feel, like a racing heart and a surge of energy. It prepares your body for a fight-or-flight response. Cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, is released to sustain this state of high alert. It helps to increase sugars in the bloodstream for quick energy and curbs functions that would be non-essential in a fight-or-flight situation. This system is incredibly effective for short-term survival. But what happens when the perceived threat never goes away? Imagine your alarm bell ringing non-stop, day and night. Your body continues to produce these powerful hormones, keeping you in a state of constant readiness. This is where the danger lies. The very system that is designed to protect you can start to cause significant harm when it is overused. This continuous state of physiological arousal is the foundation for many of the health problems we associate with chronic stress. It's not the stressor itself that is the primary problem, but our body's prolonged and unmanaged reaction to it. Understanding this is the first step toward taking control of your health. When your body is under chronic stress, it starts sending out physical warning signals. These are often the first clues that the pressure is becoming too much to handle. One of the most common signs is tension headaches. You might feel a dull, aching pain, or a sensation of tightness or pressure across your forehead, or on the sides and back of your head. This happens because the muscles in your neck, shoulders, and scalp can become tense and contract when you are stressed. Think of it like clenching your fist for a long time. Eventually, the muscles get tired and start to ache. These headaches can become a frequent and disruptive part of your daily life if the underlying stress is not addressed. Another major area affected by stress is your digestive system. Many people experience stomach problems when they are feeling overwhelmed. You might have stomach cramps, bloating, or a general feeling of unease, often described as butterflies. This is because stress can disrupt the delicate balance of your gut. It can increase stomach acid, which may lead to heartburn or acid reflux. For some, stress slows down digestion, causing constipation, while for others, it can speed things up, leading to diarrhea. These symptoms are your gut's way of telling you that your body's alarm system is working overtime, diverting energy away from normal processes like digestion. Muscle pain and tension are also classic physical manifestations of stress. Beyond just headaches, you might notice persistent aches in your back, neck, and shoulders. When you're stressed, your muscles instinctively brace for impact, a remnant of the fight-or-flight response. If you are constantly stressed, these muscles can remain in a state of partial contraction for long periods. This chronic tension can lead to widespread musculoskeletal pain and can even worsen conditions like arthritis. You may find yourself clenching your jaw or grinding your teeth, especially during sleep, which can lead to jaw pain and dental problems over time. Finally, stress can have a noticeable impact on your energy levels and overall sense of well-being. You might feel constantly tired, even if you think you are getting enough sleep. This is known as fatigue. It's a feeling of deep exhaustion that isn't relieved by rest. This happens because your body is expending a huge amount of energy to maintain a state of high alert. The continuous production of stress hormones is draining, leaving you feeling depleted and lethargic. You might also experience dizziness or shaking hands, all signs that your nervous system is on overdrive and struggling to cope with the sustained pressure. A good night's sleep is fundamental to our physical and mental health, acting as our body's primary time for repair and recovery. However, stress is one of the biggest enemies of restful sleep. When you are stressed, your mind can feel like it's racing, filled with worries and an endless to-do list. This mental hyperactivity makes it difficult to wind down and fall asleep in the first place. You might lie in bed for hours, tossing and turning, unable to switch off your brain. The same stress hormones, like cortisol, that keep you alert during the day, can remain elevated at night, preventing your body from transitioning into a state of rest. Even if you do manage to fall asleep, stress can severely disrupt the quality of your rest. It can cause you to wake up frequently throughout the night. These awakenings might be brief, but they prevent you from reaching the deeper, more restorative stages of sleep. You might also experience more vivid or disturbing dreams and nightmares, which are often a reflection of the anxiety and tension you are carrying. As a result, you wake up in the morning feeling just as tired, if not more so, than when you went to bed. This creates a vicious cycle. Poor sleep makes you less able to cope with stress, and increased stress makes it even harder to sleep. This lack of quality sleep has significant consequences that extend into your waking hours. During the day, you may struggle with daytime sleepiness, making it hard to concentrate at work or school. Your ability to think clearly, solve problems, and make decisions can be impaired. You might find yourself becoming more irritable, impatient, or emotionally volatile. Small frustrations that you would normally handle with ease can suddenly feel overwhelming. This is because sleep deprivation directly affects the parts of your brain that regulate mood and emotional responses, making you more susceptible to the negative effects of stress. The long-term impact of this sleep disruption is serious. Chronic sleep deprivation is linked to a host of health problems, including weight gain, diabetes, and a weakened immune system. When you don't sleep enough, your body produces more ghrelin, the hormone that makes you feel hungry, and less leptin, the hormone that signals fullness. This can lead to overeating and a craving for unhealthy, high-sugar foods. Essentially, by robbing you of sleep, stress not only makes you feel terrible day to day, but also quietly sets the stage for more significant health issues down the road, creating a domino effect that can be hard to stop. Your heart is a powerful muscle that works tirelessly, and stress can put a dangerous amount of strain on it. When you are stressed, your body instantly releases adrenaline. This hormone causes your heart to beat faster, and your blood pressure to rise. This is the fight-or-flight response preparing you for action. In the short term, this is not harmful. Your heart rate and blood pressure return to normal once the stressful event is over. However, with chronic stress, your heart is forced to work harder, more often, for longer periods. Imagine revving a car engine into the red zone repeatedly. Eventually, it will cause wear and tear. This constant elevation in heart rate and blood pressure can lead to long-term damage to your cardiovascular system. Over time, high blood pressure, or hypertension, can damage your arteries by making them less elastic. This decreases the flow of blood and oxygen to your heart and can lead to various complications. It forces your heart to pump harder to circulate blood, which can cause the heart muscle to thicken and weaken. Furthermore, stress hormones like cortisol can increase the levels of cholesterol and triglycerides in your bloodstream. These fatty substances can build up as plaque in your arteries, a condition known as atherosclerosis, which significantly increases the risk of heart attack and stroke. Stress also affects your heart in more indirect ways through the behaviors it encourages. When people are under a lot of pressure, they often turn to unhealthy coping mechanisms. They might start smoking or smoke more than usual. They may overeat, choosing high-fat, high-sugar comfort foods. They might also reduce their physical activity, feeling too tired or overwhelmed to exercise. All of these behaviors are well-known risk factors for heart disease. So, while stress directly impacts the heart's function through hormones, it also indirectly contributes to heart problems by pushing us toward an unhealthy lifestyle, creating a two-pronged attack on our cardiovascular health. It's crucial to understand the connection between your emotional state and your heart's physical health. Episodes of intense stress can even trigger acute cardiac events, such as a heart attack, especially in individuals who already have underlying heart conditions. The surge of hormones can cause an artery to spasm or can dislodge a piece of plaque, leading to a blockage. Taking care of your heart means more than just watching your diet and exercising. It also means managing your stress levels. Learning to calm your body's alarm system is one of the most important things you can do to protect your heart for the long run and ensure it keeps beating strongly for years to come. Your immune system is your body's dedicated defense force, a complex network of cells, tissues, and organs that work together to protect you from germs like bacteria and viruses. When it's working properly, it's a powerful shield. In the short term, stress can actually give your immune system a brief boost. This is part of the fight or flight response, preparing your body for potential injury or infection. However, when stress becomes chronic, the story changes dramatically. The continuous presence of the stress hormone cortisol begins to suppress the effectiveness of the immune system by lowering the number of disease-fighting cells, known as lymphocytes. With your immune system weakened, you become more vulnerable to infections. You might find that you catch colds or the flu more frequently than others. Minor infections that your body would normally fight off with ease can become more severe or take longer to clear up. You may also be more susceptible to things like cold sores, which are caused by a virus that often remains dormant in the body until stress triggers an outbreak. Your body's defense shield is essentially lowered, leaving you exposed to the many pathogens we encounter every day. It's like trying to guard a fortress with fewer soldiers on duty. Intruders are more likely to get through. Chronic stress also fuels inflammation throughout your body. While short-term inflammation is a normal part of the healing process, long-term low-grade inflammation is harmful. Cortisol, in the long run, becomes less effective at regulating the inflammatory response. This means that inflammation can run rampant, contributing to a wide range of diseases. This chronic inflammation is now believed to play a role in conditions from heart disease and diabetes to autoimmune disorders like rheumatoid arthritis, where the immune system mistakenly attacks the body's own tissues. Stress keeps the fire of inflammation smoldering, quietly causing damage over time. Furthermore, a suppressed immune system can slow down your body's ability to heal. If you get a cut or an injury, you might notice that it takes longer than usual to mend. This is because the cells and processes involved in wound healing are also part of the immune response, and their function is impaired by chronic stress. Even the effectiveness of vaccines can be reduced in people who are experiencing long-term stress, as their bodies may not produce an optimal antibody response. Taking steps to manage stress is therefore not just about feeling better mentally. It is a critical part of maintaining the physical shield that protects you from illness and helps you recover when you get hurt. Our skin is the largest organ of our body, and it often serves as a visible mirror of our internal state. When you are experiencing chronic stress, the effects can quite literally show up on your face and body. Have you ever noticed that you get a pimple right before a big event? That's not a coincidence. Stress triggers an increase in hormones like cortisol, which in turn causes the glands in your skin to produce more oil. This excess oil can clog pores and lead to acne breakouts. For people who are already prone to acne, stress can make the condition significantly worse, creating a frustrating cycle of breakouts and emotional distress. Beyond acne, stress can trigger or worsen a variety of other skin conditions. If you suffer from psoriasis or eczema, you have likely noticed that your symptoms flare up when you are feeling overwhelmed. This is because stress disrupts the protective outer layer of the skin and activates the inflammatory response, leading to the redness, itching, and scaling associated with these conditions. Similarly, stress can cause hives, which are red, itchy welts that appear on the skin. These are often a direct allergic-type reaction to the release of stress-related chemicals in the body, showing just how quickly our inner turmoil can manifest on the outside. Stress can also accelerate the aging process of your skin. The hormone cortisol has been shown to break down collagen and elastin, the proteins that keep your skin firm, plump, and youthful. Over time, this can lead to the formation of fine lines and wrinkles. Furthermore, the constant muscle tension from stress, such as furrowing your brow or squinting, can create permanent lines on your face. Chronic stress can also lead to dehydration and a dull complexion, as blood flow is diverted away from the skin to the muscles and major organs as part of the fight or flight response, leaving your skin looking tired and lackluster. Even your hair is not safe from the effects of stress. Some people may experience temporary hair shedding, a condition called telogen effluvium, a few months after a very stressful event. This happens when a large number of hair follicles are pushed into a resting phase at the same time, leading to noticeable hair loss. In more extreme cases, severe stress has been linked to alopecia areata, an autoimmune condition where the body attacks its own hair follicles. Taking care of your skin and hair, therefore, involves more than just topical products. It requires managing the internal stress that can wreak havoc from the inside out. Just as stress affects our physical body, it has a profound and direct impact on our brain's function and structure. When you are under chronic stress, your ability to concentrate and focus can be severely compromised. The constant flood of cortisol can interfere with the normal function of your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for executive functions like decision-making, attention, and problem-solving. You may find it difficult to focus on a single task, feel easily distracted, or struggle to organize your thoughts. This mental fog can make work, school, and even simple daily chores feel overwhelming and incredibly challenging. Memory is another cognitive function that takes a hit from chronic stress. The hippocampus is a brain region that is central to learning and memory formation, and it is particularly sensitive to the effects of cortisol. Prolonged exposure to high levels of this stress hormone can actually damage cells in the hippocampus, and even cause this part of the brain to shrink. This can lead to problems with short-term memory, making it harder to recall recent events or learn new information. You might find yourself forgetting appointments, misplacing keys, or struggling to remember what you just read, all signs that stress is interfering with your brain's memory centers. Stress also has a powerful influence on our mood and emotional regulation. It can make you feel irritable, anxious, and short-tempered. The parts of the brain that help manage emotions, like the amygdala and prefrontal cortex, are thrown off balance. The amygdala, your brain's fear center, becomes more reactive, while the prefrontal cortex, which helps control impulsive reactions, becomes less active. This imbalance can leave you feeling perpetually on edge, overreacting to minor issues, and struggling to maintain a positive outlook. For some people, chronic stress can be a major contributing factor to the development of more serious mental health conditions, like anxiety disorders and depression. Over the long term, the effects of stress on the brain can be even more concerning. Research suggests that chronic stress can accelerate the brain's aging process and may increase the risk of developing neurodegenerative diseases, like Alzheimer's. The constant inflammation and hormonal imbalances created by stress create a toxic environment for brain cells, impairing their ability to communicate and function properly. Protecting your brain health is therefore intrinsically linked to managing your stress. By learning to reduce your body's stress response, you are not only improving your focus and mood today, but also investing in a healthier, more resilient brain for the future. The good news is that you have the power to manage stress and reduce its harmful effects on your body and mind. One of the most effective tools is regular physical activity. You don't need to run a marathon. Even moderate exercise like a brisk 30-minute walk, a bike ride, or a dance class can make a huge difference. Exercise helps to burn off nervous energy and reduces the levels of stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. At the same time, it stimulates the production of endorphins, which are natural chemicals in your brain that act as painkillers and mood elevators. Making physical activity a regular part of your routine is a powerful way to build resilience against stress. Another fundamental strategy is to focus on your breathing. When you are stressed, your breathing often becomes shallow and rapid. You can counteract this by practicing simple deep breathing exercises. Find a quiet place, close your eyes, and inhale slowly and deeply through your nose for a count of 4, feeling your belly expand. Hold your breath for a moment, and then exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Repeating this simple exercise for just a few minutes can activate your body's relaxation response, lowering your heart rate and blood pressure. This is a technique you can use anywhere, anytime you start to feel overwhelmed. Getting enough quality sleep is also non-negotiable when it comes to managing stress. As we've seen, stress and sleep have a complicated relationship, but you can take steps to improve your rest. Establish a relaxing bedtime routine, such as taking a warm bath, reading a book, or listening to calming music. Make your bedroom a sanctuary for sleep by keeping it dark, quiet, and cool. Importantly, avoid screens from phones, tablets, and televisions for at least an hour before bed, as the blue light they emit can interfere with your body's production of melatonin, the sleep hormone. Prioritizing sleep is like recharging your battery, giving you the energy to handle daily stressors. Finally, connecting with others is a vital buffer against stress. Sharing your feelings with a trusted friend, family member, or partner can provide immense relief. Talking about your problems can help you see them from a different perspective and make you feel less alone. Social support is a powerful antidote to the isolating effects of stress. Make time for people who lift you up and make you feel good. Whether it's grabbing a coffee with a friend, having a family dinner, or joining a club or group, nurturing your social connections is a key component of a healthy, balanced, and less stressful life. Understanding how stress silently chips away at your health is the first, most important step toward taking back control. It's not a vague feeling of being overwhelmed. It's a real, physical process with serious consequences for your heart, your immune system, your brain, and nearly every part of your body. Recognizing the headaches, the stomach pains, and the sleepless nights as signals from your body is crucial. These are not signs of weakness, but rather messages that your internal alarm system has been ringing for too long. By learning to listen to your body, you can begin to address the root cause of the problem instead of just treating the symptoms. Embracing a less stressed life is not about eliminating all stress. That would be impossible and even undesirable. Life will always present challenges. Instead, it is about changing your relationship with stress. It's about building a toolbox of strategies that help you manage your response to life's pressures. Simple practices like deep breathing, daily movement, and prioritizing sleep are not quick fixes, but are skills that, when practiced consistently, build your resilience over time. Think of it like physical training. The more you practice these techniques, the stronger your stress management muscles become, and the better equipped you are to handle whatever comes your way. It is also important to be kind to yourself on this journey. There will be days when stress gets the better of you, and that is perfectly okay. The goal is not perfection, but progress. Start small. Choose one simple strategy to focus on this week. Maybe it's taking a 10-minute walk during your lunch break or practicing deep breathing for 5 minutes before bed. Small, consistent changes are far more sustainable and effective than trying to overhaul your entire life overnight. Celebrate your small victories and be patient with yourself as you learn to navigate life's challenges with greater calm and ease. Ultimately, managing stress is one of the most profound acts of self-care you can undertake. It is an investment in your long-term health and your daily happiness. By taking proactive steps to calm your body's alarm system, you are not just preventing illness. You are creating space for more joy, clarity, and connection in your life. You are choosing to protect your body and mind so that you can live a fuller, healthier, and more vibrant life. The path to calm is a journey, not a destination, and it's a journey that is well worth taking, starting today.